In this video, I'll show you how to never repeat a random dice throw twice in a row. So how that's going to work? Well, first I'm going to use the VS Code just to, code out the solution, but ultimately I'm going to have to copy paste it into the browser DevTools to show you how the implementation actually runs in the browser. So let's start with our implementation. First, I'm going to set a value of ARR to an array of 6 numbers, 1 to 6. Next, I'm going to declare using the let keyword a new variable named throws log, and I'm going to set it to an empty array. So this one will keep track of numbers thrown. Okay. And now let's continue. So I'm going to say throws log, and I'm going to push into the throws log the result of calling random item pick, and is going to take an array. Okay, but now as you can see, random item pick is not defined. So let's define it next. Random item pick is going to take an array, and it's going to return math.floor math.random multiplied with array.length. Okay, so now we're getting to the best part of our implementation, or the most important part, I guess. So this function is going to be named unique dice. It's not going to take any parameters, and here I'm going to say if confirm, and I'm going to ask the user in the browser if they want to throw dice. And if they do confirm that they do want to do it, then I'm going to set the temp variable to the result of invoking the random item pick and passing it the array. So next I'm going to console.log, and I'm going to use backticks here to spread them to several rows. So inside of here, I'm going to console log the following string, throws log. This log is just going to show throws log value. Next, so basically this first line is going to show this variable right here. Next, I'm going to set the array to ARR. So that's the array that we have right here. That's going to be pretty static, maybe not even needed. And let's separate these with commas and add another one. So the temp variable is going to be the value of the current throw. Okay, so, and that's actually the current throw's result. So that's stored in the temp variable right here. Okay, so we've got 3 variables: throws log, which is currently an empty array, ARR, which is the array of 6 numbers 1 to 6, and temp, which is the result of calling random item pick, passing it the array, and essentially pulling a single number from this ARR. Okay, so now that we have this set up, let's continue. So now the main piece of logic right here, if temp is not equal to throws log, where throws log dot length -1. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm picking the last array member of the throws log array, which is currently empty, but it's going to start filling up as we run our code. And if this is not equal, so if the temp variable is not equal to the last number that we picked or the previous number that we picked, then that means that it's safe to push this temp value into the throws log and invoke the unique dice function. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we're going to console.log temp.pick, and throws log last were the same. Okay, we'll figure it out later if this is the correct console log, but for now, it works like this. So this is all part of the outer if condition where we're asking the user if they would like to throw the dice. And if they answer with a yes, with an OK, click on the OK button, then we're going to run this code. However, if they choose not to do that, if they cancel or close using the X button, then we're just going to return. So that's as simple as that. And now finally, we can run the unique dice function. And if we run it here in VS Code using the Quokka extension, what's going to happen is it's going to fail because the confirm method is not defined. So instead of running it here I just coded it and explained to you how the code works. But now I'm just going to copy the entire thing, go into the browser, paste it in, and if I've done everything correctly, we're going to see some output here. So let's give it a try. And the browser is asking me, would I like to throw dice? I say, okay, I would. So now the throws log is 5. So that's the first throw. The array is this, and the temp value is 3. Because the temp value is 3, it's going to push this number also to the end of the throws log the next time I click the throw dice OK confirmation. So indeed, we're getting 5 and 3. Temp here is 0. So obviously, we made a mistake in our logic. So let's quickly fix that. So this time, I'm not going to use VS Code. Instead, what I'm going to do is array.length, math.floor, math random array length, +1. +1. Okay. So now that I have this, I can run math.floor on this and then +1. Okay. So that should work. That should fix our problem. And let's run our code again. So now we are throwing the dice. The first one is 2, the next one is 5. So now we are getting 2 and 5, and the temp, the next throw is the same as the previous throw. So that resulted in the console log of this, and this little, I guess we can call it a game, exited. So let's just run our code a few more times and see if this does what we are expecting. And indeed, we are getting 1, 1 and 6, 1, 6, 2, then another 6, etc., etc. So basically, we've created a program which never indeed repeats the same dice throw twice. And in case that does happen, it will simply exit out and stop executing the code. So let's just run it until it fails. And obviously that can take some time, but in this case, we have a bunch of numbers 1 to 6, which are never repeating the same number twice.